The Steam Machine release is imminent, and everybody's losing their minds about the possible price. I'm not. Look, some of you won't buy this at $500. Some of you will buy this at $1,500. Price isn't the issue. Price was never the issue because we live in a crazy world of FOMO and fiscal nonsense. Here's the issue. This thing is going to be fantastic, and it is absolutely 100% the wrong device for a lot of you watching right now. And some of you, you need to be hovering that reserve button as soon as it lights up. So today we're going to do something a little different. 5 reasons you need a Steam machine and 5 reasons you flat out don't. Stick around. Let's go into the Bungalow world. Need number 1, you've got a deep Steam library. If you're like me, you've been buying Steam games for years, maybe decades. Thousands of dollars on the table, insane backlogs you might actually chew down if you could do it on the living room TV. The Steam machine doesn't ask you to start over like a gaming console. You sign in, it's all there, day one. And you're not waiting for dribbles of new content. Tens of thousands of games are available immediately, spanning every genre and every price point. This is a fact people often forget and is likely one of the best reasons I can think of to have a PC-based gaming device in the living room. Need number 2, couch gaming without compromise. I've heard a lot of you talk about the comfort of the Steam Deck. It's too heavy, screen's too small, controls aren't to your liking, blah, blah, blah. Let's be honest here. While Steam Deck docks are cheap and plentiful, it's all still a lot of friction for a living room setup. The Steam machine sits under your TV and plays your games on your terms. Big screen, no docking, grab the controller and tap the button. The versatility of the Steam Deck without the living room friction factor. Need number 3, first-party Valve support. I've watched all the videos, read all the articles. Don't wait for the Steam machine, buy this instead, it's cheaper. First, be lucky in this market space that you have that level of choice. Console folks have none of that. Second, you need only look to non-Valve handhelds to see how SteamOS matures over time when the device in question isn't a first-party Valve device. Sure, Legion Go S is pretty damn good, but Deck still gets all the love sooner, if at all, and Valve has incentive to bring everything to its own platform first. Valve supports the Steam machine. Steam Deck prove they stand behind their hardware. That matters more than people give it credit for. Don't forget that verification system, for better or worse, only truly serves Valve's hardware. Think about that. Need number 4, free online forever. If you're a PC nobleman without a console, you may not know about this. Console gamers have to pay to play multiplayer games every month. Prices range from $20 to $60 to $80 per year when paid yearly. Let me paint a picture for you. If you bought a PlayStation 5 digital-only edition when it released and paid for a yearly sub since, you've actually paid more for online play than the machine actually costs. Let that sink in for a minute. You're paying more to use it than it actually cost. Steam, and by proxy the Steam machine, doesn't do that. Never has, likely never will. It is odd to think that you might actually have paid for the machine after owning it for just 10 years, just by not paying a fee to play online. Need number 5, no walled garden, period. Emulation, GOG, Epic, itch.io, mods, other operating systems, nobody tells you what you can run on this thing. Look at the nonsense that happened when Sony allowed Linux for 2 seconds on the PlayStation brand. There is 100% value in opting out of the walled garden. Sure, that means you have to take on some of the responsibilities of getting some of these things to work, but the community is here and has your back. This channel alone should prove that people have your back on SteamOS. Okay, so that's the case for the Steam machine, and it's a solid case, I mean it. The thing has real value for the right person. Now here's what you're paying me to do. Because for every person who needs one of these, there's somebody else about to make a very expensive mistake. I've seen it time and time again with the Steam Deck, and the stakes were nowhere near as high. And I'm not going to let that happen again without saying something. 5 reasons you flat out don't need a Steam machine. Don't number 1, your games aren't on Steam. Fortnite, Call of Duty, Battlefield, the biggest multiplayer games on the planet have anti-cheat that flat out doesn't work here. Windows sideloaded on the Steam Deck didn't even fix it. It's not going to fix it here. If those are your games, that's your jam, this isn't your machine. We're done. And you only have yourself to blame if you buy this device with hopes and dreams of someday those titles becoming available. I hope your subscription to GeForce Now is paid up, because streaming is the only way those games are going to be on the Steam machine. Don't number 2, you don't have a Steam library. This seems obvious, but if you don't already have a Steam library on hand, you're just like the console owners buying a new console. You're starting from scratch, and you're going to need some greenbacks to build that library. Now, before somebody leaves a comment, yes, the Open Garden ecosystem allows you to shop around and get great deals on bundles and games, but if you just dropped $1,500 for a Steam machine, even a humble bundle might look intimidating. That's another month of eating top ramen, yeah? Don't number 3, you already have a Windows gaming PC nearby. Now this is me. I have a remarkably capable, well-endowed Windows gaming PC literally on the other side of the wall of the TV. I could run an HDMI cable through a hole in the wall, pair a Bluetooth controller, and play any game I want on the living room TV. I wager this speaks to many of you out there. FOMO is getting you. The lack of friction in dropping a shiny new box on the living room TV is tantalizing. Who doesn't like fun new toys? There are many ways of adding game streaming in your home to that TV, probably on a box you already have plugged into the TV already, using Steam Link or other tools. Sure, it isn't easy or convenient, but it's time to have an honest discussion with yourself about this Steam machine, especially if it's $1,500. Don't number 4, you're a heavy modder. The number of people I told not to buy a Steam Deck is way into the double digits here. SteamOS is not a modder's paradise. It's more like a game modder's hell on earth. SteamOS is getting better, it has great workshop support, but if you live on the Nexus Hub or can't play any game out of the box without tinkering with it first, dear God, I beg you, no, I beseech you, do not buy a Steam machine. As I told the Steam Deck people, we want happy SteamOS owners much more than we want unhappy buyers contributing to the sales numbers. This is not the machine for you. Don't number 5, you want plug and play. The Valve website makes this look very easy, very plug and play, super simple, plug in and go. Sure, this is a very easy gaming PC, but it's still a gaming PC, and what's more, it isn't a Windows gaming PC. If what you want is on Steam, isn't loaded with anti-cheat or stupid requirements like TPM or secure boot, sure, that's 90% plus of the games out there. But if you're stuck holding the 10% bag, or the game you want is only on some other digital locker like Ubisoft or EA, you are not going to be pleased. You will be a resentful, nasty, Redditor posting remorseful buyer. Nobody wants that. This is not a console. Valve has said it themselves. If you want to hand this to your mom or your kid and never look back, wrong device, and I might have just saved you $1,500. Look, Valve is building something genuinely interesting here. First-party support, open ecosystem, your library on TV, free online play. That combination doesn't exist anywhere else. But interesting doesn't mean it's for everybody. The question isn't about the price. It really never was. The question is it really for you? And I hope maybe I've given you something to think about. If you enjoyed this content, like, subscribe, hit the bell. Don't forget to hype the video from your mobile device. It really helps us out. I'm Shane R. Monroe. Thanks so much for watching. Take care, and we'll see you next time.